I have a very strong feeling that no one's really ever even heard about this movie, but I found it. It's in one theater, the theater right behind me. The film is called Repentance. And before watching this movie, the only thing I ever knew about this film was who starred in it and what it looked like. This poster right here was the only thing that I witnessed. It was actually featured at this theater, so I thought I'd check it out because I do love Anthony Mackie, Forest Whitaker, I like Mike Epps, and I believe her name is Sana Lathan. I can't remember where I've seen her in movies before, but I know I like her as an actress. So it looked like it had a really good cast, but I had no idea what this movie was about at all. To my surprise, also Peter Weller has a very small part in the film. And it tells the story of two brothers. At the beginning of the movie, we meet Michael Epps and Anthony Mackie, and they're two brothers. They're a little drunk. They're driving recklessly in their hometown. They get in an accident, and then it flash forwards to 4 years later, where now Anthony Mackie is an accomplished writer. He has this brand new book. He's a self-help guy. He's a guy that helps lives, and he's a psychologist. And Michael Epps is, been in prison for a while. They've kind of kept whatever happened to them a secret, even though Anthony Mackie's character has created this book that has helped him deal with his problems, deal with his life. And then Forest Whitaker makes an appearance in the film, and he plays like this really disturbed human being. He's this character that's having a lot of issues. He lost his mother years ago. He is a divorcee. He lives with his young daughter, and he's just really disturbed. But for some reason, the book that Anthony Mackie wrote has really moved him. So that's the main gist of the story. So it's like a drama, character-driven drama. At the same time, it surprised me when it actually turned into a psychological thriller, and I don't want to go in detail for anybody that might want to see this film. I had my doubts about the film for the first half. I had some issues with it. It felt a little heavy-handed, a little melodramatic at times, and I was, not even the really good acting by Forest Whitaker was saving my experience. It was really hard to really get into this movie for a while. And when it even turned and surprised me, because of course I had no idea what I was getting into, it surprised me as a psychological thriller. Not even that was helping my experience. Even though I have to say, the saving grace of this movie kind of is Forest Whitaker's acting in the film. He's really good at being really strange, weird, psychopathic. But the story overall just felt average, felt okay. It didn't really take me anywhere, didn't really surprise me in any way. I was really surprised how vulgar this movie was at times. It definitely was, a lot of bad language, so I don't mind in other films. I saw The Wolf of Wall Street, and they used the F word over 300 times. But in this film, it just felt out of place. It didn't feel like it really needed to be there. And then it got really violent at the very end of the film. That, again, just didn't really work for me. It didn't really feel like it was that connected to the story. And then when there's many revelations near the end and it gets down to the very last minutes of the film, I felt pretty insulted by this film. I didn't really like the way it ended. It didn't come off as believable. I wasn't really sympathizing with anybody, even though we find out some of the revelations about the main characters and how they tie in to what's going on with Forest Whitaker's character. Overall, maybe it's just the direction and the writing overall. And this is actually based on a film that was actually made by the same guy who made this movie. So I don't know if that's a short film. I tried to look it up on the internet, on IMDb, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I don't know how true this is to the original material, but it was all right. I've seen better stories about this where someone is kind of attacking someone they admire, something they read. I can help but think of a movie called Misery with Kathy Bates and James Caan. That was like a better telling of this kind of story, even though there are some similarities to this story and there's a lot of differences. It's not not the same movie or anything, but it just tackles some of the same issues, and that was done so much better and more entertaining. But this one's just it's forgettable, and I can see why it doesn't have a real wide release. It's actually only playing, that I can see, it's only playing at this one theater right behind me. That's it. And it'll probably eventually be on Netflix, and I don't recommend it. If you want to see it, watch it. If you don't, fine by me. If it's on Netflix, I don't recommend it. I only recommend watching the performance by Forest Whitaker, but overall, I felt like this movie was just okay. It didn't really leave me invested, or I didn't care about the characters. So in the end, I'm going to give Repentance 2 stars. I'm MovieManCHAD. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. And please go to WeLiveFilm.com and subscribe right here on YouTube to We Live Film. Also go to Long Beach Acting and Film Association right here on Facebook and Twitter. Please also go to MoviePilot.com. And if you enjoyed this video review, please click right here. Subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Looks like we've got some good movies coming out this weekend. Of course, I saw Need for Speed already. I do recommend that film. But I'm really curious about this Veronica Mars movie. I've never seen the show, so let's see how the movie fits out, if it'll make me want to go back and watch the show. Alright guys, hope you're having a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Talk to you later, and peace be with you, my friends.